We are the only organisation in the world that has that status. So the work that we do is very broad as an education charity. We have obviously fundamentally a membership body. We develop qualifications. We have a very active and enthusiastic volunteer community, as well as getting involved in research and developing the sector as well. So our mission as an organisation is to advance the science, theory and practice of project and programme management for the benefit of the public, because we believe very passionately that when projects succeed, society benefits. And so that is our overriding mission, is that all projects succeed, and our focus in enabling that is educating and progressing the profession. So like I said, we are the only chartered organisation in this space. We've been operating now for 50 years, so we've got a wealth of experience and history behind us. Like I said, we are an education charity, so any profits that we generate are invested back into the activities that we lead on. So whether that be research that we're investigating, or events that we're hosting for our community, the resources that we provide, or developing the qualifications. So lots of different avenues that gets reinvested into. But we are very passionate about leading the debate and challenging the status quo and helping the project profession deliver better ultimately.
Sophie, we can't see the slides.
Oh, you can't? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to... Okay, let's start again. Sorry, I shared my screen. Right, that looks better. There. Here we go. So we've done that one. So I've talked about our mission and our vision, what we're all about as an organisation, and then I'm just going to go over the breadth of the organisation as we are at the moment. So an overview of those 50 years that we've been developing the APM. As it stands at the moment, we have over 40,000 individual members that are, like I said, have that individual membership, which is a key part of what we do as an organisation. We currently partner with 450 plus corporate relationships. So we have organisations, pan sector, large and small, that we collaborate with in that business to business corporate relationship, one of which the HPCA are one of. To date, we've chartered over 3,000 people internationally, and that is a growing number. Every month we have more and more individuals which are achieving that standard, which is really encouraging, but it is still a new and young chartership. We've been chartered for about 6 years now. Overall, we're delivering and awarding, if you will, over 18,000 qualifications each year, and offer over 200 different CPD events per year as well. So we've got that really vibrant community with those events delivering either things that we've done as an organisation, or our volunteer sector are delivering those CPD opportunities, and that's with over 500 different volunteers and ambassadors. So that's all around the country, so there's something going on near you. This is just to give you a little snippet, a taste, if you will, of the types of organisation that we collaborate with at a corporate level. So like I said, these are pan sector, large and small. There'll be, this is just a few of them, obviously. But you'll notice that there are some private and public sector organisations, as well as charities amongst there as well. So we really do have a broad range of corporations that collaborate with us to develop and progress the project profession, but also whose communities are embracing our competence framework and aligning their way of working with our competencies. So I wanted to touch on the access for you as corporate partner employees, if you will. So if you are linked to the HPCA, you will have access to that corporate hub area of our website. You don't need to have a membership in your own right to access this, but you do need to sort of know how to reach it, if you will. So as you land on our website to begin with, on our homepage, you'll come to this page and you'll see that there's that top ribbon in green with the various pieces I've circled here. So this is really just to highlight specific areas of the website which will be particularly useful to you. So within the resources areas, we have some CPD opportunities through podcasts, different resources and information available to you. The qualifications section is going to go into a bit more detail about all the different qualifications and what's required for those. There'll be some practice papers available, the syllabuses, etc. So you can understand where that fits in your career journey. The events page is particularly important to bring you aware of, because it's going to be listing in a very sort of easy to read, diarised manner all the different events that we and our volunteers are hosting up and down the country, but also through webinars and virtual events as well. So please do sort of have a look through there. There might be something specifically being hosted by our specific interest groups, for example, that might be particularly relevant to you at this point. So please do look through the calendar and see if there's an opportunity for you to learn something new there. But in order to access the corporate hub, you do need to register. And like I said, you don't need a membership, but you will need to register. So with a name and email address, you're going to click on that top right hand section and create your profile. Once you've done that and you've created a password, you'll then need to go into My APM to set your preferences. So it's within this section that you are going to go into the My Profile area, which is that tab on the second ribbon that you can now see when you're in the My APM section. And within there, you're going to set your current company. And that's going to link your profile to the corporate partner. And at that point, you will see the corporate hub option become visible. This bit I've highlighted will not be on your ribbon until you've linked to the corporate partner. So on the next slide here, I've just highlighted that profile management section that you're going to go to. You've got a little menu on the left-hand side. It's within the profession option that you're going to type in your current company. So obviously in my case, I've put in the Association of Project Management. You're going to put in HPCA and you'll see that it will self-populate and be one of the options on the drop-down menu. Once you've found your organisation, you're going to tick to share with my employer and you're going to save the changes. And at that point, that corporate hub section at the very top ribbon there will become visible. And it's within this area that we house all of those additional resources and tools for you as a community. So we've tried to collate it in one place for ease and convenience so that you know that when you come here, these are additional resources for you as a corporate partner. So within each of those tiles, there'll be numerous documents, templates, etc. that will be useful to you. Particularly worth bringing your attention to the body of knowledge, which is within the resources section, which is a key document to all of our courses. And there you will also find our competence framework, which is a really important one to bring your attention to as well. And I believe that lives within that resources section as well. So have a look at those. There is a self-assessment tool, which is particularly useful. But you've also got, like I've said before, numerous continuous professional development opportunities through webinars, the podcasts, the events. There will be some recordings of previous events in the archive there as well. But you also have the digital version of our award-winning project journal magazine and the entire backlog of that particular publication as well. So lots of reading material there for you to have those CPD hours accumulating. If you're looking for chartership in the future, you know, it's important that you start to log all of this CPD, and for chartership you would be looking to do at least 35 hours a year of continuous professional development to maintain your chartership. So, you know, important to get into that habit. But all the templates, etc., are within this hub, and we do now also highlight other opportunities for our corporate partners if there's some research that we want to have viewpoints on, or other things that we're looking for your opinions and thoughts about. We tend to put those again into the corporate hub for you to have an opportunity to have a say in how things are developed going forward. So please do spend some time doing that. It's only a few clicks to link your profile, and then you have all of these resources to investigate. I wanted to include this slide at this point just to help understand where in your career stage the different memberships and qualifications might fit in. So this is going to be part of the slides which are available after the recorded session today, but just so you can perhaps come back and have a bit more time looking at this particular slide, because I appreciate it's quite wordy. But essentially, there's a membership level for whatever stage in your career you are at right now, and it will depict which qualifications you might be considering doing in the future, but also to sort of align the position that you're in at the moment with what we might expect somebody of that position to hold. So if you have got a number of years experience, certainly chartership should be on your horizon. So it really just helps to summarise the what, for who and for when in this slide. And I think it's at this point I'm going to hand over to Dion. So Dion's going to walk through the different the individual membership options for you. Thank you, Dion.
Thank you, Sophie. So I'm going to go over today a little bit about all the different can you share your screen again, Sophie? Sorry, give me control. Fantastic, thank you. I'm just going to go through all the different membership types, where they're applicable, what benefits you get, because you get a lot for being part of corporate partner, but obviously you get more for being an individual member. And because project managers quite often can work in isolation, there can be 1 or 2 project managers on different sites and everything, it's quite nice to have that sense of community. So I'll start off with student benefits, and student membership. This might not be relevant to you, but there might be people in your teams who could benefit from this. So basically, student membership is for anybody who is a full or part-time student or apprentice study with an interest in project management. Now, all of the benefits I'm going to list are available to all the different membership levels, but as you go up, you get more and more benefits. So you get obviously a lot of resources, some of which are on the Corporate Hub, some of them which aren't. You get access to the APM community members only online forum, which I'll show you in a second. Preferential rates on publications, preferential rates on events and things. And I'll go a little bit more in depth about this, my CPD and the competence framework, which Sophie touched on earlier. Go across to the next screen. Okay. So this is how you complete your CPD. So if you are a student, you're studying, or if you're trying to go for promotion or applying for chartership, it's a great way of logging all your CPD. You can use internal and external events and put them in here, reflect on your learning, and actually have a whole log of all the work you're doing. Then you have the assessment tool. So this is the competency framework. This allows you to assess your knowledge against the competencies in the body of knowledge which make up all our qualifications. The good thing is you can do this as many times as you want. You can see any gaps in your knowledge, and as you learn and increase your CPD, you can then increase it on here. The good thing is as well, you can assess it against any future roles you want to go for. So if you're looking at gaining a higher role, you can actually see the gaps in your knowledge and study in those areas. I spoke about APM Community. APM Community is a safe space for project managers to get together. It is only for our members, and you log into it from our website once you are an individual member, and you can network with, I think there's over 8,000 people on there at the moment. So it's a chance to really talk and communicate with other project managers in other sectors, in your sector, and find out what's going on. The good thing is as well, there is an app for that as well as doing it on the website. The next level of membership is associate membership. This is the first paying level, but it's good to know that in terms of being part of a corporate, you actually get 20% off for the first year on your individual membership. So it is, you know, it is worth taking benefit from that discount. The two main differences between associate and student membership is access to the mentoring program and access to APM learning. So this is a mentoring platform, and as of this morning, we had over 240 slots available for people to be mentored. So you can go on to here, it's actually based on the community, and you can see a list of all the different mentors. You can sort it by areas of interest, sectors they work in, or competencies you want to improve on. And if you were wanting to go for a chartered or a qualification, you can pick a mentor based on that. And it is a one-on-one relationship you have with that mentor, and it's obviously a great opportunity, and it's all free of charge for the paying members. So you can literally have great careers advice and help from experts in the field. And again, you can even have more than one mentor if you want. So again, a great benefit of being a member. Next is APM learning. Sophie mentioned earlier that there were things on the Corporate Hub you can learn from. This is much, much more in depth. So this has got a huge wealth of different resources. You've got things such as information sheets for the PMQ. So to help you through all the competencies in there, there's full information sheets for that. There's podcast library, there's recordings and short videos. So however you learn, there's something for you. And there's also tools and templates you can do. So it's a really, really great resource that you can actually utilise. And that just gives you a bit more of an overview of the kind of topics and everything in there. But as I say, there's a huge amount of information in there. The next level of membership is full membership. This is the first membership where you actually have to have met a standard. So you either have to have a qualification for direct entry, or you need 5 years experience of working in project management. And you have to answer some technical questions and actually get someone to write a statement of support for you. Normally it's kind of a senior manager or someone like that. The good thing with being a full member is you get post-nominals. So it's a great way of getting recognition. And we did a salary survey recently, and full members earn on average 20,000 more than non-members, so at the same level. So it is definitely worth getting that recognition. And again, a lot of people come into project management as a second career, or so they may not have all those technical qualifications, but they may have a wealth of experience. And membership is a great way of actually proving that experience. So you get your post-nominals, and you also get board election voting rights. So it's a chance to steer APM as an organisation and the project profession as a whole. And last but definitely not least is our fellow membership. So this is for people who've made a significant contribution to the profession, and also given back to the profession. So, you know, whether that is mentoring someone, moving the profession forward. And you get obviously different post-nominals, but you also get the chance to attend our fellows forums. And these are senior thought leadership events, and the chance to network with really senior people. Sophie touched again on it earlier about our research. It's really worth, when you do become a member, it's really worth ticking your comms preferences and making sure you hear about the research, because it is the driving force of the profession, where the profession's going, and you can get really involved in it. So everything from, if you're a student, they can host your dissertation and pass it out to members to answer for you, or if you've got an idea you really think should be researched and you want to go further, then it's, again, something you can broach for them and see if there's funding for. So it's definitely a department that's worth being in contact with. In terms of other real resources you have access to, I've mentioned quite a few of them, but we do have the APM podcast, which is available on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts. We also have the APM YouTube channel. On there is a huge back catalogue of all our webinars and everything, and other interviews. So it's a great opportunity to put something on in the background and learn from those. Our branches. So I've talked about networking virtually with our community, but you can also network in person. So we have 13 currently, although we've got a 14th branch coming soon in the Channel Islands. And you can go on our website, and on that community part, you can actually contact the branch if you'd like to go along. They have new events for emerging professionals to meet up, as well as interesting speakers and lots of local employers giving speeches and interesting topics. So it's definitely worth getting in touch with them. And then again, specific interest groups. So if you have a specific interest in any of these groups, you can message them and get involved and have a real focus on that. So rather than just the general project management field, you can really specialize it into what your interests are. I've just put this slide up. So if you are thinking of joining, there's a little QR code on there. You can scan that and it will take you through. But again, make sure if you are going to do it, that you link through to your corporate hub and put HPCA, sorry, in there, so you actually get your discount on there. And then I just wanted to say about volunteering. So volunteering, if you are newer in your career, or if you would like to give back and look at fellowship or something like that, is a fantastic way of helping out. And again, we are trying to diversify our output into different things and get more in the health sphere. So if you would like to be involved in a webinar, or, you know, help with emerging careers webinars or anything like that, then again, scan that QR code and you can volunteer with us. And that takes us to the end. Is there any questions?
Okay, so we've got a question. How do we go about being chartered? So what's the first step we should take?
Oh, good question. We actually hosted a whole separate seminar on this topic because it's quite a juicy one. I think the important thing, the first thing I would suggest doing is going along to the chartership section of the website and looking at some of the resources there to help you gauge your readiness for chartership. There are a diarised rolling rota of free webinars that you can book onto as well to help you gauge your readiness, how to prepare your application, how to prepare for interview as well, which is a good place to start. But there's also a very helpful matrix tool just to help you ascertain if you've got the breadth of experience needed to demonstrate those 12 core competencies that we're looking for chartership. So there's a great deal of resources on there, but I'm hoping that you'll also be able to watch the video or the recording of the previous HPCA session that we had specifically on that topic.
And I would say as well, if you are a member of APM and you are on the community, reach out to some other chartered project professionals and just speak to them, because they've all been through it and they are so willing to help and give their advice as well.
Lovely, thank you. Okay, we have another question. If NHS England are a corporate partner, do we still need to be a member, i.e. associate membership, to gain access to CPD?
So HPCA is the corporate partner, and I think that's the difference to point out here. so they're the corporate partner. Through that organisation, you have access to the corporate hub and those resources, but there's, like we've explained, there's a much richer, broader, deeper resource pool in terms of different types of CPD through that individual membership. Whatever it might not just be APM activities that you're doing, which would still be CPD. So other events and courses that you're doing through your work or your employer, etc., would also count as CPD. But it's important that you're collating that information together to demonstrate that you're spending the time. Does that answer the question?
I think so. That was from Denise. Denise, did you have any follow-up questions? She's just saying she missed some of the presentation.
That's fine.
So no, thank you. Okay. We did have one more question. The percentage of discount that applies when you sign up for membership. Can you just repeat that for us, because someone missed it?
It's 25% this year. It was 20, I think. So yeah, it's actually 25% for corporate partners. So it is on that first year's membership as a new member. So if you've had a membership previously, it won't apply. But if you're new to having individual membership, it's a great way of seeing what that's all about for a year with that additional reduction, 25%.
Great.
Apologies for saying 20. I will say as well, if you sign up for direct debits, you actually get an extra £10 off as well.
Good to know. Lovely. Unless anyone else has got any more questions, I think that's all we've got in the chat at the moment. Does anybody have anything pressing? I think that you must have been very concise with your presentation, so thank you both.
No problem at all.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Thank you, ladies. Right, okay, so just to give you a quick update on what's happening with HPCA. We have put the link to the chat if you haven't already subscribed, so you can do that. The link should still be there for you to go and register to HPCA. You can watch back all 6 of the webinars on HPCA's YouTube channel, and I believe that's been put in the chat as well. We have HPCA's first conference in London on the 11th of October. So if you haven't already, get your ticket while they're still available. The link to the ticket page and the poster is going to be coming in the chat soon. We have some excellent speakers going to be there at the conference. I might just open that up and share it with you, actually. Just share the ticket page. Here we go. Need to make that a little bit bigger. So here are the speakers that we've got coming up. So there's Mark Hepworth, Kay Sanders, Melanie Franklin, Eileen Roden and Carmel McConnell. They will be all speaking at this event. So grab your tickets while you can. The next upcoming webinar will be on the event page on the website, which the new website, new look website is being launched on Friday. So you'll be able to go and find all the links to the face-to-face event as well as the webinars that are going to be happening. The upcoming community webinars that are happening are on the 20th of September. We've got the latest version of the Change Management Toolkit. We have on the 25th of September, NHS IMAS are coming to do a presentation for us about the benefits of being part of IMAS, and that's aimed at people who are bands 8D and above. The 26th of September, we have an EVO presentation about the project pillar for the EVO programme. That is the programme that is linking together the project community, the finance community and clinicians in order to bring cost saving and drive improvement and to promote collaborative working. And it's also raising the profile of the project profession. On the 28th of September, Kay Sanders from City is coming to talk to us about making change wanted. That is a precursor to her session at the conference, and that will explore how we can make change wanted and the importance of understanding, communicating change, how we can bring people along the journey through great leadership, communication, clarity of purpose, and full details are on the registration page. Then we have an upcoming session in October, which is going to be delivered by some people from Skills for Health from the Workforce Development Initiative. And that is on the 24th of October. And like I said, the links are going to be on the new web page. And I'm going to give you a sneak preview of that right now. Bear with me 1 second, I'm having technical difficulties. Here we go. So this is the one of the new pages. This is our new look website for your sneak preview, and it's got the information about the face-to-face conference and then links on here to all the upcoming webinars that you can go across, sign up. And like I said, this website is being launched on Friday, so all the new content that we have will be available, and it's much more interactive, so we hope you enjoy that. I just want to say thank you all for coming today, and I hope that this webinar has been useful. And if you have any questions, please get in touch with us at info@hpca.uk. There's a little poll going up just to see if people found this useful. If you wouldn't mind just filling that in for me, please. And then for the future, we also need to know, are there any topics you'd like to hear from us, what we can cover in future webinars? If there are any of the benefits of HPCA that you're interested to know particularly about, if there is an external provider who you'd be interested to hear from, if there's a guest speaker you want to hear from, then please just reach out and let us know. We also have an email address for events, which is events@hpca.uk, and that's for all your event queries. So if you have any difficulties booking tickets or finding links to events, please feel free to use that as well. And I believe that's going in the chat too. So thank you so much for attending, and let's give you a bit of time back, let you have the rest of your lunchtime, and I hope you get to enjoy some sunshine wherever you are. Thank you very much, everybody.